Hi, well, today was a perfect opportunity, perfect weather to try out this new mapping platform using the Skywalker Titan. With every type of test flight like this, it's always good to have some help. And
You
just to
ready?
show you how this aircraft is child's play to launch, look at that. She has some power. You don't have to hit anywhere even near half throttle for that to launch the Titan. So we faced a number of technical difficulties before this particular launch here. We actually did have some problems with the video TX. We had some telemetry issues. We couldn't get into auto mode. Had Larry land the plane, get connected back up to the pixhawk, reprogram it so I could actually initiate the mission from the control rather than any telemetry unit. Generally when I fly, I do like to have FPV running with OSD, some on-screen display, um, but it wasn't going to happen today. Thankfully, the fields which I was trying or the scanning with were all very much close range and were all within line of sight. What makes things very easy with this size of aircraft is you can easily maintain line of sight with the size of this in the air. I don't know if you can see this, but the Pixhawk at the moment is still driving the Titan far too aggressively. It doesn't need that much throttle. So I had already cut it back in the settings before this flight. So it looks like I need to review the logs, see what was going on, and see if we can just tailor that and pull that back a bit more. Because when you see her being flown manually, you'll see how graceful she actually is and how you can make her fly really quite slow. So anyway, this is some of the automated mission, the onboard footage. I did have a run cam HD2 on board. Um, so yeah, enjoy this flight for the moment. And here we return to a part of the footage where we've got manual control again, albeit in fly-by-wire mode, so it's got stability and it helps to fly the aircraft for you if you just steer it in the right direction. So this is me on approach for landing, and you'll see very easily that I still had too much height, so it was time to take her around again. Um, Yeah, she's. I have to say, mind one from the first flight that I did with her, she was an absolute handful. But since tuning the autopilot up so that it's now used to the flight characteristics of this airframe, she is a real pleasure to fly. And it's so nice knowing that you've got that much power be sat behind those props at any moment in time. So you can sort of get yourself out of jail quite easily. But honestly, you don't have to really touch the throttle that much at all, and you can see how gentle she's rolling in here for this landing. If anything, I mean, I actually have my own land, but not this size of acreage. And this size of aircraft on this in this sort of weather, it does prove that you kind of need your own farm to land this thing. It does at times look like a jumbo jet coming in for landing. Anyway, here we go. So this was the Titan on her return journey back from her first automated mission. So that was a good success. And now we quickly switch to a second mission. I just thought opportunity, being there, and for the sake of a few minutes of programming a new mission in, I couldn't miss out on the opportunity. So this is the Titan off in the distance. I think at this point she's just finishing her mission, and she's on on a route back to return home. I could be wrong. It might be. But you can see that she's traveling at some speed. Um, the last time I was here, which is yesterday, the same location, doing some test flying, she was, exceeding 75 miles an hour, which I think is probably too fast for that size airframe. She's capable of it. I think probably capable of even faster if you wanted to push it, but I don't think that's certainly not what I want her for anyway. But yeah, she's impressive. I'll give you that. Okay, so that's mission number 2 finished. This is me flying her back down in fly-by-wire air, and nice steady approach. She's looks amazing. What an amazing sight when she's coming in for landing. And I'm so fortunate to have that location to fly her recently as well, with that nice soft long grass to cushion her landings. You see me wading through. I don't like. This is like the Ministry of Funny walks me walking through the grass like this, but I don't like to flatten other people's grass down. This is a hay crop anyway, so I try and be as respectful as possible for the land. So anyway, I do walk back out with the controller just in case there's something amiss. But first thing to do is disconnect the power, disarm her, because I'm quite sure that those motors and those props could do some damage if something went awry. Anyway, once we've got the aircraft disarmed, unpowered, we can now try and gather up with one arm, which is quite tricky. But this gives you a sense of the scale of the aircraft. I used to at one point I thought this was too big an aircraft, but it's funny how you fall in love with an aircraft of this size, isn't it? Uh, yeah. Anyway, this is so back to the ground station for her to be dismantled, put in the back in a box, and then so we can go back home and work out those other gremlins and faults and problems that prevented us with getting FPV and the telemetry and stuff earlier on. All right, thanks for flying with me. Bye bye.